Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so, okay? Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Today we have a Lilith moon, okay? Intuition, emotional healing. Intuition and emotional healing. So collective, you could be experiencing some kind of situation that is requiring or requesting you to go through some kind of transformation that's going to lead to healing in your life, male or female, okay? And so this could be something when it comes to the Lilith moon placement that is being suppressed, something that has been disregarded, ignored. Also, this could be something that is playing out maybe in the back of your mind or that comes up from time to time, but you have not chosen to address it for whatever reason. Maybe you feel it could be something that really have had you at one time in your life emotionally, down, very, very, very much saturated in your emotions and your feelings. This could be something traumatic. This could be something you dealt with in your childhood. This could also be something that you're dealing with currently, collective. But with this energy here, Spirit is clearly saying that it's time for you to go on a healing journey. And as you see, the woman is there and she looks like she's impregnated here. Metaphorically speaking, this could represent you being prepared to give birth to a new life, if so, congratulations, but also a new perception of life, of how you see yourself and people who are around you, having new ideas, making plans, desiring to have changes in your life, desiring to want to see a change in your life, but maybe you have been confused or feeling like you're blocked or stagnated. And Spirit is saying with this card here that you're being nudged to do the healing work that's necessary. So this could simply mean maybe speaking to someone, being vocal about what's going on, not confrontational, but being vocal. If you need counseling, if you need therapy, if there is someone, because everyone's life dynamic is different, that you can talk to and have an effective communication, then to do so. If there's changes that needs to be made as well, collective, in your life, be willing to make the changes that are necessary. One thing's for sure and two for certain, we're good on saying as human beings about our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, things we desire, things we want to experience. And they all are obtainable. Whatever you desire in your life, collective, is obtainable. But at the end and the beginning of the day are you willing to do the work that is necessary? So clearly here in this read, Spirit is saying for you to be willing to do the work that is necessary in order to meet your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, whatever this is you're trying to build or create, whatever change you want to see in your life. And so it's different for everyone that is watching. Excuse me. I said washing. Maybe someone is washing clothes, okay? Intuition and emotional healing. So there's a need for you to acknowledge that healing needs to be done. There's some energy that needs to be surrendered. And it's going to draw you closer to your inner niggle, your inner wiggle. It's going to draw you closer to your intuition. You won't be second guessing yourself. You will no longer be indecisive. You could have Libra placement, Sun, Moon, Rising in your chart, as I mentioned, as indecisive nature, okay? Or you could have Pisces as well. But either way, there's a need for you to acknowledge the work that is necessary and be willing to make the changes, okay? And so at this time, many things are being revealed to you, okay, in your personal life, especially with the moon energy here. There are things that are being revealed to you. These could be things that, you may not find pleasing, you may not be in agreement with, but also Spirit is saying for you to find the positive, find the light in all situations, and that you are receiving clarity, because in order for you to go on this journey of healing and growing closer to your intuition and not being indecisive, when it comes to making very important decisions in your life, you have to be willing to acknowledge what needs to be removed out of your life and what needs to be changed, whether it's something from you personally or someone around you. And be willing to do the work. It's coming up. Be willing to do the work, collective. Be willing to make the changes that are necessary. Be willing to make the changes that are required. Now, sometimes this may require not dealing with certain people, maybe not going to the same locations you used to hang out at. This could be changing your perception, as I said, the way you feel and think about yourself, as well as the way you feel and think about people outside and around you. So, yeah, this reading is clearly about acknowledgement. In order for you to meet your goal, there's an energy here that's very clear, saying that it's time to acknowledge the change that you want to see. Is all about the change that is within you. Okay. So this is about taking accountability. This read here, this reading is for those who are in the adulting stage. Okay, taking accountability, and it can be different for everyone. Only you know what it is in your life that needs to change, that needs to be removed, or if there's something about yourself you need to make adjustments on. With the King of Pentacles here, this could be something financial for some of you. Maybe you are desiring to have more finances. Maybe you want to create more streams of income. I'm picking up someone could maybe find themselves in a lot of quarrels with their spouse, okay? A lot of back and forth energy where you're unable to see eye to eye when it comes to how the money in the home is being circulated, how it's being spent. Someone could be in constant maybe disagreements and arguments with their spouse regarding how much they're spending. Maybe you're ordering too much online. This is just part of the message. This could be something that your spouse complains about, and you may say, hey, I am a breadwinner. I make money just like you. Maybe you don't like this controlling nature of your spouse, and it could irritate you and get on your nerve. And so Spirit is clearly saying, if there's a problem, we all have our own idea of what we feel love is and what we want our relationships to be. So if you feel the connection that you are in, this person is trying to control you, well, it's up to you to make the decision. Is this someone I want to deal with moving further? Can I tolerate them wanting to control what I spend or circulate, even though I am the breadwinner? I'm picking up you could be the one that makes more money. Both of you could be employed. For some of you, that's not for all of you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. But I'm picking up on a couple who both are employed, who both are financially secure, but one of you make more money than the other. This could be male or female energy. And even though you make your own money, your spouse feels the need. They feel compelled to just be controlling, even though you're not asking for their 2 cents. They're always commenting, or there's a constant argument or conflict in the home regarding what you are circulating. This could be causing a lot of tension and a lot of stress for you. This could be something that you have dealt with for many years. And Spirit is saying, whether you're married or not, when it comes to your happiness, and having aggressive and aggressive and consistent tension in the home, you want to be mindful of that. No one should, I'm just going to say, yeah, it's pretty hard. No one should have to come home or fear turning the key in their door because it may be a spat or argument awaiting them. I'm picking up for someone specifically that there's just a lot of upheaval nature energy in your home, a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements. And this is over money. This is over money. You both are employed. You both have your own money, but someone wants to control the other. Okay? So Spirit is saying, if you're tired, there's no need to keep saying to yourself that you're tired of arguing or you don't like their controlling nature. You have free will to do something about it, okay? Each and every day we are given 24 hours, and you have free will with the Two of Wands to take the action that is necessary in your life. And only you know what needs to be applied in your life, what areas need to be changed. They're telling me to repeat that, okay? So this is the message, okay? It's not me saying it. This is the message. Spirit is saying for you to take action. You could be desiring to do more. As this person in this card here is holding a map. You could have desires to take trips to exotic places and just move outside of the lines that were drawn that people are accustomed to seeing you live. You could be someone who loves to raise the bar, and try new things or experiences, but your spouse may be very different, may have a very different nature. You may not have certain things in common with your spouse. Okay, Spirit is saying for some of you, someone could want to travel to somewhere exotic, out somewhere foreign. Maybe they're not interested. You could have a spouse who's a penny pincher, or pincher. Maybe they okay. Who doesn't believe in, circulating cash. They have a tight fist, and maybe you're not. You're more giving. Not to say that you're naive or gullible. You trust and know that what you circulate will come back to you 100-fold, and that's why you are financially abundant. And maybe you are the one that makes more than your spouse. This could cause a little envy, a little jealousy, also some insecurity for someone. Because you have this overflow, you have a good job, you have freedom as well. This could also make your spouse feel, collective, that you don't need them, but that has nothing to do with you. There's no need for you to, stop working or quit your job. Okay, it is wonderful that you are financially secure and you're able to give yourself options and opportunity. But this energy that you carry of overflow of abundance and prosperity causes a little envy and jealousy from your spouse. They don't like it. Okay. This could be a male or female. This could be a female making more money than a spouse, or a male figure making more money than their spouse, but they don't like it. Okay. They may wear the poker face and nod their head, but it bothers them. It makes them feel some kind of way. And so, Spirit is saying for you, in order for you to do the emotional healing and be able to go through your awakenings, what's divinely prescribed for you, Spirit is saying, in order for you to experience a life of what's divinely prescribed for you, you have to be mindful of being in relationships where you know that you have nothing in common with the other, or there's too many differences. There's too many differences between you and this person. And what you notice at the beginning of a relationship, don't feel or think that you can change it moving forward. Who you meet is who you get, Spirit is saying. So I'm picking up for some of you, or someone, only take what resonates. You had the mindset, or you thought, maybe this controlling nature of your spouse, maybe it would change or it would get better. And it's not, because who you meet is who you get, Spirit is saying. So don't have the expectations of thinking you can change people. It will only get worse if you continue to stay, because they're only being who they are. This is who they are. And some people like to be in relationships where people are controlling or dominating. Some people like that, and to each his own. We have free will, okay? So the 10 of Pentacles here, this is your energy again, collective. Overflow. This is you again. The 10 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups here. This is you again. That overflow of prosperity and abundance, okay? This could also be a situation where maybe throughout your life dating people, they would meet you, court you, date you, and become intimidated because you are very independent. You have an independent nature, and you're very successful, whoever you are. You have a great job. You're financially secure, and this overflow, this abundant energy can be intimidating to people who cross your path, people who meet you, not just lovers, even family and friends. Also, Spirit is saying there could be people who envy, where you sit on the throne that you sit on. Okay, King of Pentacles. There could be people who, wish they were in your shoes to live the accommodating life that you have. Okay. Yeah, very well. Very well. Yeah, here you go again, the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. And there could be people, trying and working to get there. But this has become a major factor in your life. And so also, Spirit is saying, moving forward, make sure that you are linking with like-minded energy moving forward. Make sure of that, collective. You want to be mindful. Like-minded energy, and also people who are on your level, because it looks like that you have come across quite a few people who are intimidated by this 9, this 10, this King, this Ace of Cups. This is all abundance and prosperity. And yeah, you need to, especially when it comes to your social circle and dating, deal with people that are on your level financially, or either that makes more than you. Okay, because by you being open and trying to give, different tax brackets a chance and be understanding. It's like you give a person a chance. Maybe they make minimum wage and you make six figures. This is just an example, and you're not judging anyone. You're not passing judgment. And a person could meet you and say, well, I'm okay with you getting this nine of pentacles. Oh yeah, I want my partner to make a lot of money. I'm okay with you getting this ace of cups. And then as the relationship moves forward, it becomes a problem. Not because you're the problem, it's because your lifestyle, your financial security is intimidating to people who cross your path. This is not your fault. You're doing nothing wrong, but this is something that happens in life, on many levels. So Spirit is saying, make sure that you are socially interacting with people who can match your fly, who can match your level, so that you won't have so much friction and confrontation. Spirit is saying, maybe you've had people say, well, you think you are that. You forgot where you come from. You think you better than me. Maybe you've had people say these things to you or try to challenge you because of your success. You could be someone, you put in the work in order for you to be here in this energy here. This is the energy of someone who has put in the work, whether it's schooling, whether it's saving money, trade school, whatever your hobby or career is. You have earned your right to be here. And the unfair part for you, collective, is to constantly be around people who make you apologize or constantly explain that, oh, you're not trying to insult them. You're just being yourself. You're just being yourself. You're not trying to insult anyone. So, yeah, your money, your money is a problem for these people. Rather than them using it as motivation, especially if this is a family member or a friend, they should utilize your success as motivation for them to work on their own. But instead, it has them feeling some kind of way. With the Four of Pentacles, these are people who could be, not doing so well. And in life, everyone has ups and downs, but it just makes them feel some kind of way, even if you offer to help. Okay, I'm picking up for some of you. Maybe there have been times where you have offered to help if someone was going through a hardship, and sometimes, collective, unfortunately, that's not enough. You can share what you have and a person will still find a reason to be mad with you. But it's a them problem, it's not a you problem. This is just a spiritual notification that in order for you to change your world, live the life that you desire, you're desiring peace. And to get away from this envy that these people have over your finances. You are desiring peace, you're desiring to change your world, and you're desiring to, find the love of your life. Someone who matches your energy and someone who is not intimidated. Um, it can happen. There's someone for everyone, okay? But be mindful. And once again, they're telling me to repeat, be careful of giving any and everyone an opportunity because you're not judgmental. You want to, give people a chance when it comes to dating. That's for some of you that's out there dating. And also socially, make sure you're around people who either make what you make or more than what you make, because that's where the confrontation is coming from. And I'm picking up, you're getting fed up with it. You're like, what is the problem? Like, I pay for all the drinks all the time. What are they mad at? Well, like I just said, you can even share with people and it's still a problem. And then you have people who take advantage of kindness at the same time. You have people who lurk for kind people, lurk to use people, and just some people who just not appreciative no matter what you do. But you shouldn't have to live your life, collective, tiptoeing around anyone's ego or emotions, because you have chosen to do the work in your life that allowed you to have the Nine of Pentacles, the 10 out here, the Ace of Cups out here, the King of Pentacles, all this abundance and prosperity. You shouldn't have to apologize for who you are, nor be in social settings where you have to dim your light or, oh, let me not take off that Chanel bag because they might say I'm arrogant. No, wear those labels, live your life, travel the world. If you want to travel to somewhere exotic, do that. And if your spouse or anyone has a problem with it, then hey, maybe that's just not the one for you. If anything, it should be, yeah, babe, when are we going? Let me clear my schedule. Yes, let's take that trip. Yeah. Yeah. So this could be someone who's used to being the dominating one in a relationship, but when they met you, they've met someone who you're just not allowing anyone to dominate. I don't blame you. You're like, no, um, I make my own money. I do what I want, and this person wants to just control you, like really, and for no reason. Sometimes couples can get in a disagreement if, maybe someone's taking the bill money and spending it or blowing it, but no, this is you um, being financially abundant and having an overflow of money to buy the things that you like and desire. And because you can, it's like the people around you want to punish you for this. And it's unfair. And Spirit is saying you're doing nothing wrong and you don't have to dim your light. And that's for somebody Pacific. If you like wearing labels and name brands, you don't have to not wear certain clothing because you're going in a certain environment. That's why Spirit said make sure moving forward that you're only intermingling with people who are on your level financially, people who are not insecure, and people who are not going to be jealous and want to create confrontation. That confrontation is coming up heavy because of what you have and who you are, okay? We're all doing 24 hours in a day. And for you to be in all this abundance, this is just a money read here. Whomever you are, you got that money on. Okay, you don't have to apologize for this and hide who you are or no, no. Okay. This is like being somewhere and somebody say, what would you like to drink? And you're scared to name that you want top shelf. No. If you're accustomed to drinking top shelf, well, that's what you will have. Okay. You've put in the work, and that's why you're able to wait for your ships to sail in. That's why you're able to live a life of options. Okay. Yeah. 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 You should not have to apologize for being yourself. Yeah, with the King of Cups energy here, okay? So it's time for you to focus on love and balance. Love and balance. You're very creative, whoever you are, okay? You could be an entrepreneur of some sort, or you could have a 9 to 5 that just pays you well. You make great money. That's what I'm picking up. You make more than enough. You have an overflow. You could have children or not have children, but either way, you live a good life, and so does your children. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with the 8 of Wands here, you could have some kind of action or some kind of news that you could use coming in. Some kind of good news. This could be someone that you haven't seen in a while or something coming to. I'm hearing picking up someone from out of town. Could be coming to see you, collective. That's for somebody Pacific. Okay. Someone who cheers for you, someone who's not jealous of you. This could be a family member. This could be a close friend. This is someone who hasn't seen you in a while. Okay. You're going to be very happy when you see this person. I'm seeing people hugging each other and someone saying, I'm so proud of you. Okay. So you may get information that someone from long distance or from out of town, okay, is coming to visit you or see you. This may, give you a break from being in the upheaval of arguing with people about your money or your finances, okay? This could also be someone, maybe you've got your income tax money and maybe you got a nice amount back and maybe there are people feeling entitled to what you have, okay? And this could be creating some kind of friction, it happens. Folks be pocket watching. This could be creating some kind of friction in your home, in your friend group. Okay. People gossiping, talking about what you're getting back, what you're spending it on. You could have a spouse also who's trying to control that. What you do with your money, who you give it to, yeah, what you're buying. It's a lot of control energy here. Okay. So this chariot energy, you're in a position where you're able to change the way you show up. And like I said, this could be an irritant to a lot of people because you have that option, whether it's tax money or it is employment, you've earned it. It's yours, you don't have to feel guilty about it. Yeah. This is someone you haven't seen in the past. This is that person from out of town. This could be someone you've grown up with, you went to school with as well. Okay, someone who haven't seen you in a while. Hmm. And so the Hierophant energy here is here to confirm for you to continue to stand in your leadership, continue to stand up for yourself. Do not dim your light or change who you are. You just need to change your environment, collective. You need to change your environment. That's for someone in particular. And that'll give you less conflict, less of explaining what you're buying, what you're doing. You need to change your environment of who you hang around, your social, who you're socializing with, and also not letting people into your business when it comes to your finances as well. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of heavy pocket watching here. It's a lot of talk over someone's finances here, and it's weird. It's very weird. Yeah, it's very weird. They're so focused on your money, you know, uh, they want to create some kind of discord. They want to break the harmony that you have in your life. You are someone who's at peace, you're content. Life is not perfect for no one. And whoever this is who's pocket watching you, this is someone who wants to control you, but they want what you have. They want what you have, collective. And that's an unhealthy situation. Doesn't matter who they are. Very unhealthy. Yeah, lots of talk. Look at that. Lots of chatter. And they getting this and they got that. And I saw this and I saw that. And oh boy. Folks need to find something to do. They too focused on y'all, collective. Ooh, gee. Ooh, wee. With the Five of Cups here, folks are disappointed and sad, that you are achieving more and more goals, you're becoming more successful. They're watching you constantly live the life you desire. You're shopping, you're making purchases that you want. Your children are healthy, they're looking good. Something about a fresh haircut. Someone likes to go to the barbershop often, every week and a half. Every week and a half. Okay, now that's specific. Maybe you know someone that goes to the barbershop every week and a half. For me to say that, a week and a half? Oh, wow. That's a touch up for the touch up, ain't it? Okay, then. And so if that's not you, that could be someone that you know that goes to the barbershop often, like before the new growth even comes in. They're there to make sure the new growth doesn't come in. When the lineup starts unlining, they're there to reline it. With the Five of Wands, yeah, conflict and competition. Yeah, this is the envy, the jealousy that these pocket watchers have, over what you have obtained. Your Munyan collective, they're counting your Munyan. And like I said, you have helped these people, but you're not, people have this entitlement thing. You don't have to, you don't owe anyone anything. Okay. You don't have to buy anyone's love or attention either. And if their main focus is your money, that's your answer in who they are and whether or not they should remain anyway. Because spirit wants you and your ancestors want you to be in a situation that is peaceful. And you see passport here, and I was talking about someone planning a trip with the world card here at the beginning. I said you would like to go somewhere exotic. Maybe your spouse or your friends are in disagreements, maybe they feel intimidated. And it's okay. Maybe it is financially out of their league. But to talk against it or try to make you feel bad because you want to do something different, that is not friendship, at all. Okay. That is not friendship at all. It's like they want to criticize you. Someone could be giving you a bunch of hypotheticals. Oh, now is not the time to travel. Did you see what happened on the news to so and so? Did you hear about that girl that traveled out of town and what happened? This is not the time. You're going to go there. I don't, giving you a bunch of negative hypotheticals, just projecting negative energy to try to hinder you meeting your ambitions. But I see the passport, the world card, the Two of Wands. You're taking action towards this trip, whomever you are, even if you have to go alone. Someone say, even if I have to go alone, but Spirit is saying, just make sure moving forward that you're mindful of the company that you keep. Be mindful. You don't want to be someone, making six figures. I'm using this as an example. and you're dealing with people in your social circle who feel like they have nothing to lose or nothing to live for. That can be very risky and dangerous, being around people who feel they have nothing to lose and nothing to live for. That is someone who has no limitations, and they have no boundaries, no, there's any limit that they will go past. So be mindful of that. You want to make sure that you're not pressed for anyone's company or time that's not of your caliber. Okay, because desperate people do desperate things, and jealousy and envy, those words alone are two, powerful words. Okay, things can occur out of that. So you want to be mindful. You don't want to keep asserting yourself in circles, especially friendship circles or family, whomever these people are, or people you're dating, or this could be your spouse, a sibling, a cousin, a mother, whomever. You want to make sure that you disconnect. The moment you find out a person is envious or jealous, that you disconnect from that person. It's very risky to continue to be around people who have a disdain for you, who have that strong iniquity in their hearts for you, that hate that is passionate. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you successful. In the moment that you make a movement of progress, they take offense to it because it's like a reflection. It reminds them of areas in their life that are unresolved, so they become upset about it. You want to get out of the habit. You don't have to check anyone, but when you notice that envy is there, especially someone pocket watching, that those are people to really disconnect from. Spirit is saying that can be very risky for you, and you don't want to deliberately put yourself in situations that you can't avoid.